Hi, I'm Sam Reinhart from West Vancouver, British Columbia. I play for the Kootenay Ice.
All right, let's get the Maple Leaf angle over with immediately. What's it like being neighbors with the Riley family and young Morgan out in West Vancouver?
It's great. Obviously grew up around them. Griffin was very close with him their whole life so far. And, being a year younger, I played every second year with both of them. So it was pretty exciting to see him go up and play this year.
Having gone out there and talked with Andy and met him and been in the hood, you look around West Vancouver, it's all about sports. And I think you and your brothers, I mean, it went well beyond hockey as far as sports involvement was concerned.
Yeah, for sure. That's probably the most important thing at a young age. We didn't suffocate ourselves with hockey, and we don't at this moment. We played tennis, golf, soccer, basketball, baseball, everything growing up, lacrosse even for a couple of years. To this day, there's a certain point where you do shift your focus and narrow it on hockey a little bit, or wherever you may choose. We weren't pushed into hockey by any means, but we all had a passion for it. You do even to this day play a lot of different sports. We're both members at Hollywood Country Club, play a lot of tennis, and soccer. So we enjoy ourselves and take pride in playing a lot of sports.
Well, that leads to my next question. The rarely heard of sport of slam ball may have been invented in your backyard. I guess a trampoline and a basketball. Tell me about it and how competitive it got.
We watched on TV. We used to watch the slam ball, which was pretty exciting to watch. I don't know if you've seen it at all, but there's 4 very bouncy trampolines and a high basketball hoop, and it's pretty aggressive. So we moved from our playroom down to our trampoline outside. We moved our basketball hoop down and had some pretty good games of slam ball on our trampoline.
As tough as the end of the World Junior Tournament in Malmo was for Team Canada as a group, what do you think not only you as an individual, but perhaps Canada's learned that might hold it in good stead as this event comes back to Canada next year?
Yeah, well, this tournament over in Malmo was a great learning experience for a lot of us. We had a young team, a lot of potential returning guys. Until you go over there and play and experience that level, it certainly increases, and it's a tough tournament to win. Even if you are the best team over there, not saying we were, but even if you are, it's not easy, and you're going to have to win, a couple Game 7 matchups essentially, and it's tough, and especially at that level, everyone's so close, and everyone can compete with one another.
Tournament worked out well afterwards for you. You had 55 points, I believe, in your last 27 games. How much of an impact did the World Juniors have on your second half of the season with Kootenay?
Yeah, going over there and playing the same role as I did in Kootenay, I was put out on the ice in a lot of situations and really kick-started the second half of the year. The main thing it did was give me confidence and show me where I was in relation to the rest of the guys my age.
Mississauga, you get to the Memorial Cup, and I know you had a limited role, but what was it like in the impact of being a 15-year-old on that veteran hockey team?
Yeah, just being up with those guys, for the final 2 series and learning from those guys. There's so many great players on that team. They're a pretty old team, a lot of character on that team. So to see how they conducted themselves, obviously was a great experience for me.
We look ahead to the draft and the process. Your brothers have been through, Max to a certain extent, and Griffith, of course, a couple of years ago here. Do you recall that day in Pittsburgh on the boat at the Prospects Luncheon and just how warm it was?
That was a hot couple of hours. I remember going down inside and sitting by the air conditioner for a couple of minutes and having to drag myself back upstairs.
Have they been a help to you? Is at least following along in their footsteps and seeing what they've done prepared you for this week at least?
Oh, for sure. To see how they have conducted themselves at various events, not just on the ice, but off the ice like this. A big part of it is handling yourself professionally off the ice and away from the rink, and to see how they do that has really helped me out.
International hockey's fun to watch, and for me, it was so satisfying to watch the World Under-18 Championship when you guys broke the Americans' heart. Tell me what made that Canadian team so special going up against a U.S. squad that had been together for the entire year.
Yeah, it goes back to talking about even the World Junior experience. Those tournaments are so challenging to win, and the level of competition is so close. Really anybody can win in this day of age. So it's we knew going in they were going to be a tough team. They beat us in exhibition matchups. So it was a little tough in the third period when I got hurt with about 15 minutes left. Went out for a couple more shifts, but just couldn't do it. So watching those guys battle in the last couple of minutes was pretty scary and intense. But that feeling afterwards is something you'll never forget.
Having your dad on the bench at the Prospects game had to be special for you. What was it like for him coming back to Calgary and getting that opportunity?
For him, I'm sure he loved it. He's very smart. He was a smart player and knows a lot about the game still. He was the same way he was on the ice coaching. All of us growing up in practices, even if he wasn't head coach or assistant coach, he would have been running practices now and then. So I kind of knew what to expect from him, and I thought he handled it very well in practice and in the game.
The ambience of what you're going to expect in Philadelphia and all leading up to it, do you think back, having been to drafts with your brothers, now it's going to be your turn? What's your thought process as you look forward to Friday night in Philadelphia?
A lot of excitement. Have some friends and family coming to sit with us, so I'm certainly looking forward to that part of it. That's the one day that you can kind of sit back and relax and just enjoy yourself, and then that's what you have to do. It only happens once, and I'm looking forward to it.
What's it like hanging out with this collective group, guys you've played against, guys you've played with, and now all of you going through together leading up to the big day in a few weeks' time?
Yeah, exactly. Events like this really create a lot of friendships. Even if you're enemies on the ice, off the ice, it's a bit different. So events like this and gatherings are really nice for to get to know guys.
What's your perspective of the city of Toronto and the possibility of the Leafs are able to draft up to get a chance to bring you to this city?
That would be awesome. Pretty familiar with it. Been here a few times now, so just the opportunity to play in a Canadian city and to make an impact would be a huge honor.